In what might be the day of the year weather-wise in Chicago, we've got opening day soccer to sweeten the pot between the DePaul Blue Demons and the Milwaukee Panthers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wish Field here as we get set to open this season of DePaul soccer. We'll be right back shortly on DePaul All Access.
Look at you go. Okay, you bubbling. Look, yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even pass me that, I don't want none of it. He's freaking mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that popping and shaking. Got me hot as a laser, my posse deep and irate, and we act a fool.
Welcome back to Wish Field here. Let's get ready for the start of the 2019 season. We'll start with the starting lineups first for the visiting Milwaukee Panthers. In goal for Milwaukee, it is Allie Strotman, the redshirt sophomore. She'll be joined alongside the group of Michaela Schmelzer, Taylor Hattori, Mackenzie Schill, Rachel Philpotts, Rafferty Kugler also out there for Milwaukee, Haley Johnson, and Jessica Schoenfeld. Meanwhile, for DePaul, a lot of returning talent for this team. Avery Hay, Bina Sapi, Morgan Turner, Gwen Walker out there at defense. Jade Erickson Russo joined alongside Sydney Parker, Mary Tierney, Jessica Lazo, Kristen Booz, and Maria Nordness, and in net for DePaul, Molly Erickson, the sophomore all Big East freshman team from a year ago, looking to start the season off with a win. 45 minutes on the clock here at Wish Field. DePaul, coached by Erin Chastain, entering her 14th season with DePaul, a record of 108-131. On the other side, Troy Fabiano, graduate of Robert Morris. He's in his 5th season with Milwaukee, but his 21st overall. He's compiled a record of 278, 84, and 40 over those 21 years of coaching. Referees today, Kaylin Rodzowitz, Todd Abraham, Miguel Sanchez, and Mike Oliver. This is a matchup that's been played 7 times over the years. Milwaukee won last year's competition 2-1 up north. But DePaul has taken 2 of the last 3. Blue Demons coming off a season Tied for 4th in the Big East with Providence and Xavier. Lost to Xavier in double overtime to close out the year. Meanwhile, Milwaukee coming off yet another Horizon League championship. It was their 19th regular season title. They've won 18 of the last 19 regular seasons, or at least had a share of that title. But last year was kind of a big one for the Panthers to get over that hump, because even though they had won the last 4 regular seasons, last year was the first time under Troy Fabiano that they had won the Horizon League championship, a game in which they beat Oakland and then Cleveland State, and then a trip to the NCAA tournament for the 12th time, where they lost to 7th-ranked Santa Clara 4-1 in the first round. Molly Erickson kicks it back in play. And DePaul trying to find some type of momentum offensively. This is a team that last year averaged 1.4 goals per game, good for 5th in the Big East. Shots per game, though, they put a lot on net. That's a small threat here by Milwaukee. It's McKenna Stratton who tried to put it past Erickson. And that ball sails over the sideline. DePaul brings it back in. Anyway, DePaul last season, 13.5 shots per game, good for 3rd in the Big East, and their shot on goal percentage in particular was amongst the elites, tops in the Big East, and 19th in the entire country. Tangled up in the midfield. Still no shots on goal. Little work for either keeper in the early going. 3 minutes gone into this matchup. No score here from Wish Field. The opener of the 2019 season for DePaul women's soccer. They played a pair of exhibition matchups. And a set piece right out of the gate, and it sails over the head of Rachel Philpotts, who tried to get ahead on it and beat Molly Erickson, but nothing coming of it, so a goal kick inbound for the Blue Demons. In those exhibition matchups, DePaul 0-2. However, the real victories were that there were no major injuries to come out of it. Blue Demons lost to Northwestern in Evanston and lost to Wisconsin in Madison. Toss in from midfield. Blue Demons picked this season to finish 5th in the Big East behind Georgetown, Butler, Providence College, and Xavier. Right about where they finished last season. Meanwhile, Milwaukee, Wisconsin once again picked to finish 1st in the Horizon League, something that they have pretty much put their stamp on. Last time they did not win the conference was in 2014, and ever since the turn of the century, they've claimed that Horizon League title all but one time. Still no action 5 minutes in. Feet tangled in the Milwaukee attacking third. A clear off the foot of Sydney Parker. Parker last season saw 19 games on defense. Very athletic player. She's marking over on the far side. Look in front, and it's knocked away. Gwen Walker, the junior defenseman. That ball rockets right into the coaching staff of Milwaukee. Tony Fabiano joined alongside Chris Brown in his first season. He came over from Loyola, played his college soccer at Northern Illinois. Mallory Lieberman also joining the staff for the first year. She's a graduate of this Panther program back in 2017. A goalkeeper at University of Wisconsin Parkside where she was coached by Fabiano in his previous stop. That's of the D2 ranks, but Lieberman, a very decorated career in D2. She led the entire country in goals allowed average with a mark of 0.27. I don't care what level you're playing at, that is an absolutely spectacular number. She then joined the Milwaukee Panthers with Coach Fabiano, where she set the Horizon League record with a .285 goals allowed average, which is the 19th best ever in all of college soccer. DePaul with an early opportunity here off the penalty kick. 6.5 minutes gone in this match. Kristen Booz, the freshman, 5'5", out of Sterling Heights, Michigan. Gonna see a lot of her this year. Erin Chastain says she's a fun attacking player and someone who can make an impact right away in year one. Allie Strotman in the red in net. Here's the shot, and it bounces right into the knees of Strotman. An easy save right out of the gate. DePaul gets their first shot on the board, but it comes up fruitless in the early going. Quickly back the Blue Demons' way. Here comes Mary Tierney. She had it knocked away for a second. Paul skipping around in the midfield. And DePaul finally on the ball. Jessica Lazo deking through a couple defenders. A look in front and overshot one of her teammates in the box. So it'll go back the Milwaukee way. Just one shot between the two teams early on. That belongs to DePaul off the penalty kick from Kristen Booz, which happened moments ago. A matchup that was played last year, a 2-1 Milwaukee victory, a game that Coach Erin Chastain of DePaul says it really came down to just one mental error early on. Then a freshman, the goalkeeper, Molly Erickson, who's in net now, just came a little too far out of her net and tried to put a ball back in play, deflected off a player, and Haley Johnson, now a sophomore with this Milwaukee team, found the back of the net off that miscue, and it just kind of set the tone for the rest of the game in what ended up being a 2-1 Milwaukee loss. There's a cross, and it's deflected by Milwaukee. Meanwhile, the opposing view of this matchup is Troy Fabiano, really complimentary of the group that DePaul has this season. Very athletic, hard-nosed player. That's the type of player DePaul likes to bring into their program. And they have some players from out of the region as well, which is always a nice little toss-up to keep you on your toes. You don't know exactly what you're going to get. This is a team that's going to compete for all 90 minutes. Coming up on 10 minutes gone in this first half. Still no score. Tough task for both teams to open their season. Milwaukee getting one of the best in the Big East. Meanwhile, DePaul getting the best in the Horizon League. Home field advantage for DePaul this time around. Gabby Schwartz, the captain, will put this one back in play. She missed last year's opener with an injury, but she went on to start the final 18. She is in action for the 2019 opener. Ball skipping around in the midfield. Rachel Philpotts had a foot on it for a second, and Milwaukee regains. Some feet tangle, and Philpotts, the one to hit the turf there, Bina Sapie applying the defense. But a whistle will give it right back the Panthers' way. This DePaul team, no seniors, something that Erin Chastain has never dealt with before. A handful of redshirt juniors on the team, something that Chastain says is just one of those weird things that you got where all these players went down with season-ending injuries at some point or another during their careers. So as a result, you've got a pack of redshirt juniors, but everyone with eligibility to return for the 2020 season. She kind of likes it, though, because it's a young team, and with young teams, you kind of get a fearless brand of soccer. These kids have plenty of chances, too, to step up into leadership roles as well. So certainly something to watch for as the season progresses with this Blue Demons team. That ball knocked out of bounds. DePaul with a throw-in right outside that attacking corner. Ball shifting fields back into the Milwaukee attacking third, and it'll dribble into the box and scooped up easily by Molly Erickson. Erickson last year, member of the All Big East freshman team, 2 times was named the Big East Freshman of the Week. Her .86 goals allowed average is 5th best in program history. Player that Erin Chastain very high on for her future at DePaul, someone who has great potential and can learn a lot from playing in the Big East day in, day out. Still hasn't been tested so far today in net. Ball volleyed away by Sydney Parker and settles into the foot of Gwen Walker. Maria Nordness, the freshman defenseman, a native of Milwaukee. Sister Kylie played for 4 years under Erin Chastain, tried to lead that break there, but nothing coming of it. And finally settles in with Jess Lazo. Coming up on 15 minutes gone here in this first half. Still no score. One shot so far. It came on goal off the foot of Kristen Booz, off a penalty kick. That's the only semblance of offense we've seen so far. Ball trickles over the end line, and it'll go to Milwaukee. A corner kick inbound, so a good scoring opportunity here for the Panthers, trying to get on the board first. Rafferty Kugler will kick it in from the corner. A look in front and just over the head of Molly Erickson, the goalkeeper. Although they will say it did get a piece of her, so another corner kick inbound. Gabby Schwartz will take this one. This one coming from the left side. She's accompanied by Taylor Hattori to her left. Here's Schwartz. The cross, and it goes over the back. And good defense there by DePaul. Ball trickles over the end line, and a goal kick. Good defense out of the gate for these Blue Demons last season. Allowed less than a goal per game. 0.9 to be exact, third in the Big East, 52nd in the entire country, and they passed their first 2 tests of this match. Meanwhile, on the other side, they're shutting down what was a very dynamic offense last season for Milwaukee. 2.1 goals per game, including, which was the Horizon League best, and 33rd in the entire country in that department. And as good as their offense was, their defense was stride for stride with them as well. Also tops in the Horizon League in goals allowed per game at 0.74 and 30th in the entire country. So a very well-rounded group. And Troy Fabiano brings back a lot of that talent. They have the Horizon League leaders from last season in goals, goals allowed average, and points, all back on this roster. They also had the leader in assists last season in Erin Corrigan, but she has since departed for graduation. They did lose a couple of key players on that back line, Corrigan being one of them, an all-Horizon League second-teamer. Lourdes Onwamuka was also an all-Horizon League second-teamer, and a first-teamer in Kelly Swanson on that back line. There's another look on net from Kristen Booz, but it goes out of bounds. Caught the leg of a Milwaukee defender, so a corner kick coming up for the Blue Demons. Gwen Walker will put it in play. First corner kick of the afternoon for DePaul. Let's see if they can capitalize. Ball in the air. A deep one and a little too deep. And a whistle and a penalty. Ball going back towards the Panthers. Physical early on. They strike out on their first corner kick of the match. This ball is sent way out of bounds, and that'll go right back towards DePaul. Blue Demons have had the better offensive opportunities in the early going. They had a penalty kick as well as a corner. Milwaukee really hasn't had a chance to set up their offense. A couple of corner kicks that came on the same possession, but outside of that, not a lot of threatening done by the Panthers. Free kick coming up for the Panthers. Rafferty Kugler, the sophomore from St. Louis Park, Minnesota, puts it in play. Ball up in the air and won by DePaul for a moment, and then quickly back to Rachel Philpotts of Milwaukee. Player that Coach Fabiano says works hard, always engaged, and certainly the case there to win that ball right back. Ball trickles over the end line, a goal kick inbound. No scoring, 20 minutes into the match. Here at Wish Field, a perfect 75 degrees, not a cloud really in the sky. Sun shining down for the opening day of the college soccer season at DePaul. Erickson, an easy scoop there. Has played internationally with both Sweden and Canada. Her time with Sweden came at the U16 and U17 levels, and with Canada at the U20. Lead pass Out in front of the pack comes Stratton. Here's an attacking opportunity, and the ball goes over the end line, out of bounds, and a goal kick coming up. Stratton just got led a little too much down the alley. Otherwise, she would have had a good chance to cut that one in front and put a ball on net. Erickson puts it back in play. Overshoots the head of Lazo. Controlled by Nordness. And taken back by Philpotts of Milwaukee. Ball pinballing around the midfield, still no one coming up with it cleanly, and then that one goes out of play off the foot of Morgan Turner. Neither team controlling out of this midfield. Lots of touches on both sides. Now here comes Mary Turney with some pace. Down the center of the field, and it goes a little wide left. Maybe not an intentional shot there. But it's scooped up by Allie Strotman. Redshirted her freshman year, only played 2 games last season. Didn't allow a goal, did not make a save. The redshirt sophomore out of Marion, Iowa. DePaul men's soccer has its home opener next Friday when they welcome the Northern Illinois Huskies at 4 p.m. to kick off the Chicago Classic. Get your tickets now at DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets or call 773-325-SLAM. That's 773-325-7526. Here's an opportunity here. Here comes Turner trying to barrel through a couple of defenders and comes up empty, and it's knocked out of play. We're seeing a couple of early substitutions. In comes Yelena Seaver for Milwaukee. Brooke Weitzel enters the game for DePaul. Last summer, Weitzel injured during the summer. Didn't see a lot of time, but is a super athletic player. Scored a goal in the lone game she played. Sophomore out of Ohio. Meanwhile, the new player on the Panthers side, Yelena Seaver, an All-Horizon League freshman team player, led the Horizon League in goals, the second time ever that has happened for a freshman. Other was also a Milwaukee player, Sarah Hagan, back in 2008. Here's Turner trying to push the pace against this Milwaukee defense. A stutter step and defers it off to Lazo. Here comes Booz, slicing through a couple defenders. Ball carried in by Sapie. Into the box. Here's a cross, and it's knocked down by Strotman. Second save of the game there for Strotman. Getting her first action of the season. 25 minutes off the clock so far, still no score. Between a couple teams that had some potent offenses, they averaged around 3 goals a game combined. But as great as their offenses were, their defenses were just as stingy. And here's a chance in front, but a little too far ahead of the pack was McKenna Stratton. So far in this game, we have only seen a handful of shots, 3 to be exact, and they have all come from the DePaul side, the aggressors early on. Aaron Chastain says early in this game you need to match the physical play and have discipline on the set pieces defensively, which is something the Blue Demons have certainly done so far after they knocked down 2 corner kick attempts by the Milwaukee offense. DePaul trying to attack in their third. And it's knocked out of there. Strong kick from Strutman. Ball still loose on the turf. And it's finally brought in by Milwaukee. But right back the other way comes DePaul, and ball gets knocked out of play. DePaul's ball, a throw-in. Ball comes into the box and quickly negated by the Panthers. Blue Demons tossing the ball around. There's a cross, a look in front, and a couple of DePaul players had a chance at that one, but good defense by Milwaukee. Ball cleared away, ball going right back the Blue Demons' way. Sloppy inbound pass. Now it's a race for the ball. Erickson comes way out and clears it out of bounds. Kind of similar play that Chastain alluded to about last year's matchup against the Panthers, where she just kind of came too far out. That kick that she made there was successful, but the one she did last time against the Panthers, not as much, and it ended up with the first goal in the back of the net. Blues trying to get a handle on it. And knocked away by the Panthers. Ball with a good chance here at a set piece. Corner kick coming in. Second corner kick of the match for DePaul. Here it comes. High arcing ball, some traffic in front, and it's knocked away by a couple of Milwaukee defenders there. Nothing too clean of an opportunity for the Blue Demons. And that one's knocked away by Milwaukee, so the third corner kick now inbound for the Blue Demons. Offensively, it's been all DePaul so far, controlling the corner kicks battle, controlling the shots department as well, 3-0. But nothing to show for it on the scoreboard quite yet. Here's another look inside, a little deep on the kick. Blue Demons do corral though. Here's a look in front and a shot, and it's knocked down by Strotman. Kristen Booz, another shot there for her. She's been active so far. She's got 3 shots, 2 of which have come on goal. So certainly trying to make an impact early on in her DePaul career. Just a freshman, a player that Erin Chastain is very excited to see play for this Blue Demons program. Lead pass up ahead, and it goes wide of the line. No score over half an hour gone. And now, like a little bit of a shoe problem there for Gabby Schwartz. Schwartz, a native of Chicago, attended nearby Whitney Young High School, captain on this team, missed last year's opener with an injury. Shoes all good, and we're ready for more soccer. Clock starts up again. That one knocked away by Turner. Almost had a beat on a beeline towards the net. And that lead pass oversails the Milwaukee offense. Natalie Auble, who just checked into the game. Erickson puts it back in for DePaul. Here's Hay. And they'll just reset it all the way back to Erickson. Puts her leg into it. Ball slightly gets away from Hay. She calls off Erickson. And Erickson averts the crisis. Here's Lazo, patrolling the offense. A look ahead. Puts it towards Jade Erickson Russo. Just a little errant of a pass. Ball will stay with DePaul. Lazo. A good shot on goal, but right into the chest of Strotman. She's been busy early on. That's her 3rd save so far. A lot of action for someone who didn't see a single shot last year. Milwaukee really hasn't gotten into a rhythm offensively. You got to credit what the DePaul defense has done. They stymied the 2 corner kick opportunities early on. Really have not seen the ball in the Milwaukee attacking third. Here's a substitution there. Erickson Russo out. In comes Jackie Batliner, the defender from Barrington, Illinois. Ball poked around. Milwaukee trying to get a beat on it offensively. Race to the ball, won by the Panthers. Here comes Philpotts into the box. Some physicality, but no call from our near side referee. Miguel Chavez saw no foul there. Milwaukee fans not pleased with that one. Throw-in comes out of the hands of Rafferty Kugler. She'll get another shot at it here. Ball bouncing around. Settled in by Milwaukee. A look in the box. A shot in front, and it's over the crossbar. A little too tall there off the foot of Julia Barajas. A sophomore from Corona, California had a chance to get on the board first, but a little too high on the connection. It's the best scoring chance we've seen today for either team. And it comes up empty. Barajas, someone who didn't play a lot last year. One of the things that Troy Fabiano really stressed was some of the jitters that you might get in game one and just tempering those emotions. And maybe you just saw a little too much there. And Barajas may be a little too excited to get that first goal of the season. 8:40 to go here in this first half. Still no score, DePaul and Milwaukee. Tapped around, controlled by the Panthers. Up top, it's Seaver. The conference's leader in goals scored last year, and just boots it away down towards the sideline. Ball's gonna stay with DePaul. They want to move with some pace. Quick throw in. Nothing comes from it. Here's Booz, trying to find a cross. She's double teamed. Booz trapped in the corner, trying to get out of it. Finally finds someone across inside, a look towards net, and it goes just a little wide. Good opportunity there for DePaul, but comes up empty. The best scoring chance they've had so far today. Still no score here at Wish Field. Blue Demons coming off a season 8-6-5, including 4-3-2 in the Big East, tied for 4th in that department. And Troy Fabiano 9-0 in conference, led that towards a 16-2-1 mark on the 2018 campaign. Both teams looking to build on their success. A tough game on both sides to open this season. McDaniel let that ball get too far over the sideline, so DePaul will get control right back. And now Milwaukee will make a couple substitutions. In comes Morgan Kerber. She'll take over for Gabby Schwartz. And Leslie Keisling will also check in for the Panthers, the freshman, getting her first taste of Division I soccer. Hay trying to track down the ball. She was tripped up on the play by Natalie Aubel. Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the first half. Still no scoring action. DePaul has been in command of this game offensively. 5 shots to Milwaukee's 1. And 3 corner kick opportunities to Milwaukee's 2. Tripped up by the ball was Kristen Booz. May have had a good opportunity to sprint out ahead of the defense. The mind may be moving a little too fast for the feet, and we'll push this one back Milwaukee's way. Sent back in play towards the DePaul defensive zone. Morgan Turner comes up with it. Leads a pass over on the far side. Looking for Booz. Turning on the burners, trying to get to the corner. And it goes off the foot of Booz and will be going back Milwaukee's way. Chance in the box and pushed away by the Milwaukee defense. Sydney Parker corrals. She'll let Erickson reset this one. Got a little too far under and to the left on that ball.
Milwaukee substitution into the game, number 29, Brooke Pomelo.
There's the toss in and intercepted by Brooke Weitzel. Paul's stingy on defense right now, not letting Milwaukee get any easy throw-ins. Defense has really locked down for DePaul. Forget the fact that there's a 0 on the scoreboard. They have just nullified chance after chance for the Panthers offense. Rafferty Kugler coming down the alley. Defended by Lazo. And Lazo lets that ball go off of Kugler. Another example of the great defense that DePaul has put on Milwaukee early on. Erickson's goal kick overshoots Lazo. Kugler trying to find a teammate to throw it in. DePaul not giving up anything cheap. And it pays off. Blue Demons come away with it. Nordness shoots it ahead. Corralled in by Weitzel. Booz trying to find the edge but can't. However, deflected off Milwaukee defender. So with under a minute now to go in this first half, a great chance for DePaul to get on the scoreboard first. Ball's in play, up top, and it goes a little too tall. Ball deflected, though, off of the Milwaukee defense and will stay with DePaul. 25 seconds. Gwen Walker will take this one off her right foot. Junior defender from Lake Forest. Puts it up in the air. It's a little too far away from the net. And that ball is put out of play.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And that'll wrap up this first half. DePaul nothing, Milwaukee nothing. An offensive showcase that was dominated by the Blue Demons early on, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Defensively, the Blue Demons have locked down this Milwaukee team in the early going and will look to continue to do so in the second half. No score here as we head to the break. When we come back, we'll have an inside look at some of the teams you can catch in action this fall. We'll be right back on DePaul All Access.
I mean, I think after doing it for the first year and being a part of Special Olympics my whole life, my mom got me involved in it when I was really young. It's just such a breath of fresh air to be able to stop like the everyday go, go, go and kind of live in the moment and be realizing that you're not only making student athletes kind of days, but you're also making these Special Olympians days as well. And it's such an inclusive environment, which, I mean, who doesn't agree that the world needs more of that?
Springtime in Chicago, chance to get outside, it was a no-brainer. Soccer's probably our most popular sport of our students. And for them, just playing with the soccer team out there, it was so much fun.
Oh, the energy was great. People were like everywhere, were scoring goals. It was great. Guys were having fun. The kids were having fun. Being able to hang out with them just in general was great, but also being able to show them soccer and play a little with them was also a really cool experience. So I'm hoping they got something out of this and had a lot of fun today.
It was really fun. I was really trying to make sure that all the kids was engaged and was like participating. I didn't want them just standing around, so I was trying to make sure they was engaged.
I do run track, but I'm not a thrower, so it was just pretty good to see them get into it. We had a couple actually throw the beanbags over the wall, so that was pretty awesome to see them get engaged and get into it. It was also a bit competitive too, so that was great to see.
You know, when everybody starts and gets together, you see some athletes over there and then some Special Olympians over here, but then once you start going and they get in their events, everybody's won and everybody's doing it together and they're kind of competing, and you know, you see the golfers running with them, you see development staff throwing shot put with them. It's just such a unique opportunity to kind of bring everybody to the same playing field, and it's so nice for them to all get involved.
Welcome back. Halftime here at DePaul. Wish Field looking beautiful on this 75-degree day in Chicago. Tyler Rocky back with you. No score here after 45 minutes. And the Blue Demons, though, out on top in the shooting department, but nothing to show for it. Don't miss out on any of the DePaul Blue Demon action this fall. Women's soccer is back in action this Saturday afternoon as they take on the SMU Mustangs. That'll be another good test for them. Now, kicking off the season for its home opener next week, men's soccer takes on the NIU Huskies next Friday at 4 o'clock. For the Chicago Classic, get your tickets now at DePaulBlueDemons.com/tickets or call 773-325-SLAM. That's 773-325-7526. We'll have coverage of all the fall sports action right here on DePaul All Access and on DePaulBlueDemons.com. Still no score here at Wish Field. A couple of stingy defenses in the first 45 minutes. When we come back, we'll take a look at the men's soccer's goals for the season and an inside look at the upcoming team right here on DePaul All Access. Welcome back. Halftime at Wish Field. 0-0. Your score after 45 minutes. I'm Tyler Aki. Kicking off the season for its home opener next week, men's soccer takes on the NIU Huskies next Friday at 4 o'clock. But before you see them defending their fortress, we have an inside look at the student-athletes' goals for the season and more.
Like personal goals or for the team?
Some of our team goals for next year, definitely defend Wish. We want to have all the wins we can on our home field for our fans and everything like that.
We want to definitely make the Big East tournament. We want to compete for that spot.
Make a good run into the tournament with definite aspirations to make the NCAA tournament, and hopefully once you get in there, make a good run in that tournament as well.
I think with the players we're bringing back and the players we're bringing in, we have a lot of talent, and now with a year under the new coaching staff, we're more well meshed together, so I think it's an accomplishable goal.
Dead or alive? So that's just like everyone, you know? It's hard to ask like dead or alive, because then that's everybody in the world.
If I could have dinner with anyone dead or alive, it would be Jesus. And it's because I'm a firm Christian, firm believer, and I think that'd be an amazing experience.
I'm really racking through like timelines right now, trying to figure out, 'cause there's a lot of people who have existed. Okay.
If I had to have dinner, right? Dinner with someone, whether dead or alive, would probably be my mom's father. He passed away when I think I was like 10.
I would have dinner with George Washington for the sole reason of finding out if the apple tree story is true.
Apparently, my brother actually resembles him like to the T. So I'd really love to just like get to know him more and like, I don't know, chat.
All right, this is gonna be a little out of the blue, but if I could have dinner with anyone that has ever existed, I would choose Alexander the Great, because that guy conquered so much land. I just want to know what he was up to, because that guy was crazy.
I definitely think it would be Mark Cuban. He just has so much wisdom, and he also likes sports, so I feel like it'd be a seamless transition, a great dinner.
I think after doing it for the first year and being a part of Special Olympics my whole life, my mom got me involved in it when I was really young. It's just such a breath of fresh air to be able to stop like the everyday go, go, go and kind of live in the moment and be realizing that you're not only making student athletes kind of days, but you're also making these Special Olympians days as well. And it's such an inclusive environment, which, I mean, who doesn't agree that the world needs more of that?
Springtime in Chicago, chance to get outside, it was a no-brainer. Soccer's probably our most popular sport of our students, and for them, just playing with the soccer team out there, it was so much fun.
Oh, the energy was great. People were like everywhere, were scoring goals, it was great. Guys were having fun, the kids were having fun. Being able to hang out with them just in general was great, but also being able to show them soccer and play a little with them was also a really cool experience. So I'm hoping they got something out of this and had a lot of fun today.
It was really fun. I was really trying to make sure that all the kids was engaged and was like participating. I didn't want them just standing around, so I was trying to make sure they was engaged.
I do run track, but I'm not a thrower, so it was pretty good to see them get into it. We had a couple actually throw the beanbags over the wall, so that was pretty awesome to see them get engaged and get into it. It was also a bit competitive too, so that was great to see.
You know, when everybody starts and gets together, you see some athletes over there and then some Special Olympians over here, but then once you start going and they get in their events, everybody's won and everybody's doing it together and they're kind of competing, and you know, you see the golfers running with them, you see development staff throwing shot put with them. It's just such a unique opportunity to kind of bring everybody to the same playing field, and it's so nice for them to all get involved.
Look at you go. Okay, you bubbling. Look, yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booger bugging me. Just need a bag.
by DePaul. 5 shots to just the 1 for the Panthers. 4 shots on goal out of those as well. Really no test so far in the early going for Molly Erickson, but the Blue Demons have been putting the pressure on. However, no score to show of it after 45 minutes. Rooted in an education of dissension values, DePaul alumni and those with a deep-rooted affinity for the university are possessed with a purpose to engage with others within their communities and world to make it a better place. This season, fans in attendance may have noticed something different happening under the CTAL tracks running along Cacciatore Stadium thanks to brother Mark Elder, who looks to preserve DePaul's history through his art.
I'm Brother Mark Elder. I attended DePaul in 1976 and got a BS in physical education degree. An opportunity came up the summer of '78 to redesign the game floor that was Alumni Hall. There's still people that think that I came up with the original Blue Demon. What's really true is that I put it on the floor for everybody to see it for the first time. I did about 3 or 4 walls in Alumni Hall. And when I got back, I wanted to pick up the threads that I left behind in '79. Public art brings people together here in the DePaul community to collectively say what is valuable to us. I'm so proud of what I see other people doing, both students, faculty, and staff, to really bolster everybody's experience here in this community. I've always felt privileged to be part of that. I'm Brother Mark Elder, also known as Buffalo Bro, and I'm possessed with a purpose.
DePaulBlueDemons.com, or you can always call 773-325-SLAM.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even pass me that, I don't want none of it. He's freaking mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that popping and shaking. Got me hot as a laser, my posse dipping, I raiding.
safe, goalie.
That'll be a corner kick for DePaul. Quinn Walker on the kick.
Not a ton of offensive opportunities on either side, but we've seen two really good ones less than 3 minutes into this second half. Erickson Russo puts it out of play. Kayla Schmelzer will put it back in play. The captain last season, 5 goals in 19 games to go along with 4 assists. Illinois native, loves Park, attended Harlem High School. Deflected out of play. Other captain, Gabby Schwartz, will put it back in play. Ball being popped around in the midfield, finally gathered in by Morgan Turner. Here comes DePaul on the offensive attack. Inside out, here's Booz in the box, deflected by Schmelzer. And a long shot and an easy grab for Strotman. Strotman taking her time getting this one back in play. Here's Booz with it, trying to shed off a defender. Erickson Russo, and lost the ball. Turner corrals, near side. Racing past the defender. Turner on the cross, a look inside, and it goes off the head of Michaela Schmelzer. And it deflected off of Kristen Booz as well, so the goal kick going back to Milwaukee as opposed to a corner for the Blue Demons. Schmelzer puts her leg through it and nobody's home. Turner being doubled in the corner. The team's leading returning goal scorer has it knocked away. Milwaukee moving through the midfield. And it's gathered back in by the Blue Demons. Mary Tierney. Here's a long strike, and it's just wide. Tierney launched that one from deep. Had Strotman leaning the wrong way, but just put it a little too far wide to get anything through the back of the net. Tierney's first shot of the game did not go on goal, but still one of the better shots we've seen this afternoon. Stratton gets it away from the DePaul defense. Handled by Taylor Hattori. There's Maggie Henschler, the redshirt freshman, sending it downfield. It's up ahead. Here comes Haley Johnson. A look in front, And it's knocked out of there by Molly Erickson. Johnson tried to get ahead of the pack. Finally has a grip on the ball. Here's a shot, and she scores. Haley Johnson, the conference's leader in points, gets 2 right there, and Wisconsin-Milwaukee has a 1-0 lead.
Milwaukee goal by Haley Johnson. Julia Barajas on the assist.
Her first of the season, coming off a campaign where she had 6. And Milwaukee strikes first. Just their 3rd shot of the game, but it finds the twine.
And the Panther goal by Haley Johnson, and assist Julia Barajas.
So Haley Johnson gets this Milwaukee team on the board. Let's take another look at how she got ahead right there. Just beats the defense, Sydney Parker, and then it's one-on-one with Molly Erickson and a strong strike. And now DePaul will have to play from behind. So let's see what kind of response Erin Chastain's group has in them. Haley Johnson scored a goal last season against DePaul, which was also the first goal of the game. And she does it again here in 2019. The chances have certainly been there for the Blue Demons, just haven't executed on finding the back of the net. Some physical play in the midfield. Mary Tierney pushing the pace. Now Jess Lazo will put it in play. Lazo, the junior, standing at 6 feet tall, great in the air, which is what Erin Chastain loves about her. Transfer from Kentucky, sends this into the box, but off the head of McKenna Stratton for Milwaukee. Erickson Russo boxes out Haley Johnson, the goal scorer in this game. Here's Turner, DePaul's leading scorer from a year ago. And the tap goes last off of Gabby Schwartz. So here comes a corner chance, and DePaul with an opportunity to equalize.
Walker taking the kick.
Gwen Walker will put her right foot into this one for the 7th corner kick of the game for the Blue Demons. Up in the air. It's a deep one, and shed it away. But gathered in by Booz inside the box. Another launch, this one way offline. Gwen Walker, the one that kicked it out of play. Schmelzer launches that one into the midfield. Here comes Booz, trying to use her speed. Nifty pass, here's Turner. A little cross, a look in front of goal, and just a little too high. Mary Tierney received that beautiful cross from Morgan Turner, but left it too tall over the crossbar. Another good look for this DePaul team. Their 9th shot of the game, but still nothing taking them to the promised land. Over 10 minutes gone here in this second half. A Haley Johnson goal, the only offense to show for today. Johnson, one of those steady players in this Milwaukee program, returning after a spectacular freshman season. Three-headed monster, if you will, for this Milwaukee team that returns. All sophomores, Johnson being one of them. Yelena Seaver, who led the conference in goals last season, and Elena Lamakia, who is not in net today, but was an All-Horizon League freshman team member last season. The future certainly bright for this Panthers program. Right now, DePaul trying to put a storm cloud in the way for game number 1 in 2019. Some physicality, and it's going back the Panther way. Tapped around. Here's Booz. Trying to get through a duo of defenders. Can't do it. Some aggressive defense from Jade Erickson-Russo. Comes up empty, but does force possession back the DePaul way. Erickson-Russo has been all over the field so far in this opener. Injured half the season last year and was just a clutch player for this Blue Demons program. Scored game-winning goals against both Villanova and St. John's in Big East play. 2 of the 4 victories for the Blue Demons in conference last year. Becky Batliner had that pass cut off. Here's Hattori. Intercepted by DePaul. Tierney came away with it. She collects the pass from Erickson-Russo right near the DePaul sideline, and a throw-in coming DePaul's way. Matchup between 2 young teams. We mentioned that trio of sophomores for Milwaukee and a no senior team for DePaul. Here's Turner, a look in front, and it's headed too high. Batliner, the one to get her head on it. Couldn't make clean contact though, and it'll go back the way of Milwaukee. Punch back in play by Schmelzer. Sydney Parker hauls this one the other way. Ball in the air. And that pass off target out of the foot of Sydney Parker. So a throw-in coming from Milwaukee. Protecting a lead is something that this Milwaukee team has done well, at least with last year's squad. Last season did not lose a match in which they led at halftime. Now that wasn't the case today. A look inside and a penalty called in the box. So another great scoring opportunity upcoming for the Panthers. Molly Erickson. Big challenge upcoming in net. She'll go up against Gabby Schwartz. Schwartz. Lefty off the post and ricochets into the net. Gabby Schwartz didn't score all of last season, but connects right there, and Milwaukee races out to a 2-0 lead in this second half. Milwaukee right on that 2-goal average from a season ago. DePaul's defense has locked down, but just a tough one there. A penalty kick for Gabby Schwartz. Let's take another look at it. Schwartz using that left foot, and then the post and in. Nothing right there that Molly Erickson, the goalkeeper, could really do but watch. Ball moving back the other way with it. Still searching for that first goal of the season. There was no offense in the first half. Goal in the 51st minute by Haley Johnson, and then another just now by Gabby Schwartz are the lone markers today. If you're Aaron Chastain, this has to be frustrating defensively. You've only allowed 3 shots, one of which found the back of the net off of some transition offense, and then another off of a penalty kick. If you showed everything but goals on the stat card, you would imagine DePaul would be winning this game right now. 9 shots, 5 on goal, and 7 corner kicks, opposed by the 4 shots, 2 on goal, and 2 corner kicks. And a look inside, off the hands of Strotman, and through the back of the net. So an unorthodox first goal of the year, and DePaul has a pulse here with 27 minutes to go in the game. A crazy, crazy first goal. And it goes off the hands of Strotman and in. Let's see who exactly was responsible for that entire scoring process with another look. Ball just gets lifted up, and if you put the ball near the net, good things can happen. Russo was there in case they had to put that ball in, but a great box out by her. And what a play. So the goal will be credited to Jessica Lazo. Her first of the season after not putting a tally on last year. So after a scoreless first half, we've seen 3 goals in just about every way you can. In and out of the hands of Strotman, we've seen a penalty kick, and then one off of transition offense. Here's another chance. DePaul with some numbers. Here comes Turner. Her shot off the foot of Strotman. She thought she fielded that one cleanly out of the gate, but then that went off that right foot, and near disaster came after. But Strotman fell on it and keeps this one halted at 2-1. So DePaul's aggressiveness at putting shots on cage pays off in the form of a Jessica Lazo goal at the 62nd minute. And a quick strike just under 2 minutes after the Gabby Schwartz penalty kick goal. And here's another look for the Panthers. That one goes wide left. Natalie Albel tried to take the inside on Erickson and sent it wide left. Brooke Weitzel checks back in. Morgan Turner will take a spot on the bench. Turner had set up a couple of great scoring opportunities for DePaul. popped in the air. Here comes Weitzel, just into the game with fresh legs. Weitzel, left side. We'll have to try to cross it. And it's pulled in by Lazo, who scored that first goal. Russo heads that ball out of bounds over the end line. 25 minutes to go here in this match.
Back in the game for DePaul, number 7, Kristen Bowes.
We got 3 goals in the span of a dozen minutes after not seeing a single one in the first 50. Sent out of play. Paul gets possession right back. Looking for the equalizer in these final 24 minutes. Tapped around and out of play, back to Paul's way. Here's Kristen Booz. She's been the most aggressive offensively. She's got 4 shots, 2 on goal, but doesn't get one off right there. Lazo credited with the lone DePaul goal so far today. Tracked down by Henschler. Stolen away by Booz. Ball trickles over the end line, and a corner kick coming up for DePaul.
Gonna be corner kick. Corner kick for the Blue Demons.
Big opportunity here to knot this one up.
Walker in the kick.
Gwen Walker, she's handled the majority of corner kick opportunities today. The 8th opportunity from this spot. Here's Walker, puts it high, puts it up, and it's crossed the other way. They reverse the field to Lazo. Lazo dancing around a defender. Here's her chance at a cross, and it goes into the hands of Strutman. Shot was a little too wide. Don't think it was an intended shot. Was looking to cross, but just couldn't get enough leg into it. Erickson coming way out of her net. Goals in this game. The 2 on the Milwaukee side came in succession. Haley Johnson and Gabby Schwartz. And then Jessica Lazo, the Blue Demon tally, to pull them back within 1 at the 62-minute mark. Tucked away. Mary Tierney with the defense.
Substitution for Milwaukee. Number 2, Morgan Kerber.
Into the game comes Morgan Kerber. She'll replace Mackenzie Schill Kerber, the defender from Sussex, Wisconsin. Milwaukee trying to preserve this 1-goal lead.
Another sub to the Panthers. Coming in the game, number 10, Yelena Seaver.
And now, Coach Fabiano not content with the defense. He wants to add a little more offense into the lineup, so he'll call on the Horizon League's leader in goals from a season ago, Yelena Seaver. He was a 2-time Horizon League Player of the Week last year and scored the lone goal in the NCAA tournament loss against Santa Clara, a 4-1 game. That goal was an equalizer, and then the wheels fell off after that. Corner Corner kick coming in. Schwartz, who scored the penalty kick goal, will take it. Coming up on 20 minutes to play, starting to get a little late. Schwartz, ball is up. Ball is wide and knocked out of there by DePaul. The defense has been stingy for the Blue Demons. Just a couple small miscues here and there that have led to Panther goals. Raced down by Weitzel. Can't come up with it, but a throw and inbound for DePaul. Looking for some sort of separation to create a scoring opportunity. That ball may have been tipped off of Schwartz, but they'll say last touch by DePaul, like Jade Erickson Russo may have been the last one to make contact with it. Another substitution here. Haley Johnson checks out. She scored the first goal in this match. McKenna Stratton, the junior forward, back in. Milwaukee, rather, has put one of its potent goal scorers on the bench, but it comes with a cost for DePaul because they check in the conference's leader from a year ago. Here's a look in front and a little too high for Weitzel. Ball skitters out of bounds and will be going back Milwaukee's way.
Another substitution for Milwaukee into the game, number 8, Chandler McDaniel.
2-1 our score here. 18 and a half minutes to play in the match. Gwen Walker. She punches this one deep. And it's calmed down by DePaul. Hey, don't miss out on any of DePaul Blue Demon action this fall season. Women's soccer back in action this Sunday afternoon as they take on SMU Mustangs. It's supposed to be another beautiful day here at Wish Field. Kickoff at 1, and if you can't make it, you can stream it right here on DePaul All Access. Another look inside the box. DePaul trying to come away with it and can't in a high offensive area. Under 17 to play. Doors starting to close on the opening match of this 2019 season. Ball will have to find some offense and find it quick. Ball launched away. Popped in the air. Cooled down. Here comes Booz with some pace. Finds a teammate. It's Morgan Turner dancing into the box. Looking for a shot, puts a lefty boot on it, can't find anything. Another chance, and this one is a little too high. Jade Erickson Russo put a good leg on that one. DePaul keeps creating opportunities and keeps creating good opportunities. If you're Aaron Chastain, you got to imagine one of these finally will fall through. "11 shots to just the 3 for Milwaukee. Make it 12 for DePaul. Here's another look. Erickson Russo looking to redeem herself. Beats a defender. The cross, the look in front, and it's swiped away by Stratman. gathered that loose ball on the turf. So close to equalizing this game. A pair of defenders knocked that away right into the paws of Strotman. She'll send this one away, keeping this at a 2-1 match. This one was so close. Let's take another look at how close we really got to seeing this ball go through. A lot of traffic in front. Kristen Booz tried to finish that one, but Strotman stood tall and defended her cage. Loose ball. DePaul scrambling for it. Here comes Booz trying to track it down. And it's cleared away out of bounds by Maggie Henschler. Erickson Russo gives off. Here's Booz trying to find an edge. It's given off. Here's Lazo. She scored the lone goal. Back up top. Finding a seam. Across in front, and Strotman's there to cut it off. Sapie was looking for Brooke Weitzel in front. And now a chance for Allie Strotman to catch her breath. Strotman's been busy so far today. She's made 8 saves so far. Mishandled the ball that ended up going over the goal line. Very well could have had a 9th. Now she'll punch it back in play. Big reason why DePaul currently trailing at the moment. Offensively, the time of possession has been clearly dominated by the Blue Demons. So Gabby Schwartz checks out. Taylor Hattori comes back on. So both goal scorers for Milwaukee seated on the bench at the moment. Haley Johnson, she got the first one at the 51st minute, and Schwartz, who got one at the 60th minute off a penalty kick. Russo, nifty pass inside. Nothing there. Weitzel couldn't track it down. Bouncing around. Trying to find possession in the midfield. Here come the Blue Demons. Launched into the DePaul attacking third. Can't control it, now finally do. Lead pass to Booz. Booz inside, launches a shot, and it's wide and high. Booz has certainly forced the issue today. 5 shots for her. She's taking a third of the attacks so far today for DePaul. She's got 2 shots on goal of those 5. May have a chance for another. Wins the race to the ball. The freshman. Can she be a hero in her opener? Ball knocked away, and it looks like Booz wanted the corner, but she won't get it. Very close near that end line. And our referee on the near side, Miguel Chavez, the one to make the call, and he says that ball's going back Milwaukee's way. Sydney Parker trying to track this down. Molly Erickson getting out of her cage. A quick corner. Erickson way out of net. Here's a chance, and it pops up out of play. Panthers had a chance to put this game on ice. Last year we saw Erickson get adventurous out of the net, and it costed them a goal. This time around, not the case, but still a great opportunity for Milwaukee to score off of that, something that Aaron Chastain may discuss with her after the game. 11 minutes to play. Here comes another corner kick. It's Kugler. Leaves it on the ground. Ball in the box. Knocked away. Now DePaul trying to push the pace. They're going to have to move with some offensive tempo. Stolen back away by the Panthers. Nearly created an offensive chance of their own. A look inside. Johnson nearly had a beat on it, but winning the race to the ball was the goalkeeper, Erickson. Booz punches this one all the way downfield. And the DePaul defense can reset. Morgan Turner trying to get crafty there, make something happen, but Allie Strotman wisely puts the ball into her palms. Stolen away by Hay. Up to Booz. DePaul needs to make something happen quick. Under 9.5 to play. Booz splits past a defender. Tries to go through two. Some contact in the box. And it looks like it's a hair outside the box. Regardless, a great opportunity upcoming for the Blue Demons. We saw Booz with the penalty kick earlier. She opted to go on cage. Didn't connect, but she's been feisty all game long. And a set piece opportunity for the Blue Demons with 8:40 and ticking to go. Here's Booz. She's gonna launch it towards the cage, and it's hauled in by Strotman. Looked a little wide left of the net. But Booz has been aggressive so far today. That's her 6th shot of the match. Eventually, those will start to go through. Still has 4 more years to make it happen. So DePaul, the opportunities keep mounting. Their 15th shot has only resulted in 1 goal so far on what may have actually been a pass that just went in and out of the hands of Allie Strotman. Milwaukee on the other side, just 4 shots today. Morgan Turner turns on the Jets, but can't get past Haley Johnson. Leading scorer on leading scorer. Booz tripped up on the near side. Booz trying to out-physical a pair of defenders. Gets it by Kerber, but the ball goes over the end line. And Strotman will goal kick this one. 7 minutes to go.
And a corner kick to Paul.
And now they're going to award the corner kick instead. They'll say it went off of Kerber before it went out of play. So Gwen Walker will punch this one back in, and a huge opportunity for the Blue Demons. Here it comes. A good look inside, the header just saved away by Strotman. The best corner opportunity we've seen so far today, right on point. So close to evening this game up at 2 apiece. Strotman dropped to the knees and let that ball just come to her. But a great look. Erickson trying to spark this offense from the other side of the field. Ball trickles over the sideline. Let's see how close that last shot really was. Walker, she punched it in. Then the look in front, a good attempt by Weitzel, but she couldn't connect. Blue Demons threatening again. Hay, across inside, a look for a header. And Erickson Russo couldn't beat Strotman to the ball. Five and a half to go. DePaul still trailing by 1. At this point, you're just looking for the draw. And they've had plenty of opportunities to do so. Up to 17 shots now, 12 of which have come on net. 11 saves in this match. Here's a look, a kick off the right foot of Weitzel is knocked away by the DePaul defense, rather by the Milwaukee defense, before it could get too far off the foot.
Substitutions coming in for Milwaukee, number 14, Julia Barajas, and Gabby Schwartz, number 34.
Couple substitutions coming on for Milwaukee. Back in comes the goal scorer, Gabby Schwartz. Better known for her defense, though. She did get that goal off the penalty kick. So she's back in to lock down for these final 4 minutes.
Read the rules. It just started today.
But really, the way that Allie Strotman's played, you may not need that much defense. She's made 11 saves today, coming off a season where she had none. Only constant from her stat line last year to this season is that she's not letting up a lot of goals. None last year in 2 appearances, and just one today, one that she easily could have saved that went in and out of her hands off a Jessica Lazo free kick that ended up turning into a DePaul gift. Tierney leads the charge. Tierney moving through the defense. May need a deep goal if they're going to win this one. Milwaukee has dropped 5 defenders back.
Substitution coming in for Milwaukee, number 7, Gabby Zabala.
Now we're going to see the first appearance for Gabby Zabala. Redshirt junior defender from Wisconsin. Paul needs to make something happen and make it happen quick. 3 minutes to go here in this match. Erickson Russo met by a double. And they'll say last touch off of Gabby Schwartz. Box out. Turner trying to back down. Nothing there. Popped in the air. Right in front. And Strotman goes out to get it. Nearly lost the handle on it. She did have a trio of defenders there to back her up to just one player for DePaul, which was Mary Tierney. Strotman elevates to grab that one. Got up a little slow, but keeps this at a 2-1 match. Ball skids out of play. Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in this match. Really getting late now. Let's see if there's any magic in this DePaul squad. Trying to avoid back-to-back 2-1 defeats to Milwaukee in consecutive years. Here's Lazo. The 6-footer dishes off across to the side. Erickson Russo in the box. Deflected one of her teammates, then got tripped up, still fighting for the ball. Ricochets all the way back to Strotman, and she'll take care of it from there. Booz tried to put on some late pressure, but couldn't come up with anything. A lot of physicality in the box, but nothing to show for it whistle-wise. 80 seconds to go. DePaul gonna try to play around this Milwaukee keep away. One last rush coming in here. Erickson gets it to Erickson Russo.
1 minute left in regulation, 1 minute.
A punt in front. Back to Booz. She's been active today. Splits through defenders. Across. A shot, and it goes wide left. Just 40 ticks remaining here. We have seen a lot of sloppy goal kicks that go directly the way of DePaul. They need one right here, right now. Clock freezes at 31. And now it's back and ticking. 26 seconds to go. DePaul, maybe one last chance here. They need to move with some pace, though. Trailing by a goal. Launched ahead. Looking for a prayer. Nothing there. And cleared away by Milwaukee. The clock winds down to 5.
4, 3, 2.
And this match is over. DePaul comes up just a bit short despite endless opportunities all game long. 2-1 your final here from Wish Field. A very quiet offensive afternoon in the first half, but it certainly ramped up in the final 45 minutes. We got 3 goals in the succession of 12 minutes, but the penalty kick by Gabby Schwartz proves to be the difference in the 60th minute and leaves Milwaukee to a 1-0 start on the season, while DePaul drops to 0-1 out of the gate. To watch this entire match on replay as well as other productions from DePaul All Access, log on to DePaulBlueDemons.com. For the DePaul All Access crew, I'm Tyler Rocky saying so long for DePaul University's Lincoln Park campus here in Chicago. 2-1 the final in favor of Milwaukee. This has been a presentation of DePaul All Access. This broadcast has been an authorized production of DePaul University. The accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the DePaul Athletics Department. Once again, final score from Wish Field, 2-1 Milwaukee. Here, have a great rest of your day.